So I want to invite someone very special. I already done a little mini intro. So Cheryl's been with us in our program for 2 years now. She's the coach's dream. Like, you know, there are people that show up, they ask questions, they take notes, and then crickets. They show up again, they take notes, they ask questions, and crickets. She shows up, lots of energy, constantly smiling, always got wins to share. She takes notes, she takes questions, asks questions, and then she executes. She deploys. Right? There's that saying, information without implementation is a total and utter waste of time. She's implementer. That's what she does. So we are super honored to have Cheryl here. By the way, she never misses BrokerCon. I would never allow her to miss BrokerCon. Ever, ever, ever. She wants to share her journey. You know, and I think, thank you for doing that. We're not paying her, none of that stuff. By the way, we did not even pay for like tickets or anything like that. This is her. She wanted to share this. It was super unexpected. We just wanted to do a Q&A. And she stayed up last night till 2 o'clock doing this. Okay? So let's give a huge applause for Cheryl Holtz.
Thank you.
You got it.
Do you want me to sit here?
No, you can do your thing. You can stand, you can sit, whatever you want to do.
Aren't you going to ask me questions?
No. You can just do the slides.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
Go
I
for
thought
it.
I was going to be grilled.
You are in control.
And you're certainly welcome to ask me questions.
I will ask you questions afterwards.
I was actually kind of nervous about doing this because, you know, I'm not a Steven. I didn't add 60 agents to my brokerage in record time. But what I did do, I really am really excited to share because I do hear so many of us are literally about to do what I'm going to show you. And I don't want you to lose hope because honestly, that's what I've gotten out of this is those last 3 years I was looking at, oh my gosh, my top agent left, my office manager left, everybody's leaving. And I needed something to ground me and get that clarity. So this is my cute little building. I bought it in... See if this is right. There we go. Oh, well, let me tell you about me. So this is my 4-year-old Airedale that drives me nuts, but she just, look how she sits on the stairs. She's such a crack up. But she keeps me busy. This is my family. My daughter's 23. She just graduated from Iowa State. She's an interior designer, just moved to Denver. And this is my son, Jesse, and his girlfriend, now fiance, Jessie. So we call them the Jessies. And then this is Whitney, her best friend, my sister, and so on. And then my husband, Jeff, who lets me be me, and because he's the water, I'm the fire, I'm all over the place. I'm very bipolar in that sense of energy. I'm serious, because to have high energy, you have to have lows to recharge, right? And so I do carry this energy the majority of the day, but when I'm down, I go home and I'm like, okay, I'm done now. And then I moved into the building. I haven't bought the building yet. That's one of my goals. But my building is about, I don't know, 3,000 square feet. It only fits maybe 6 agents upstairs, and then I added cubicles downstairs, and I can only add like 9 more physically. But nobody's coming in the office anymore, so it's actually okay. But the location of our building is in a very affluent area in Minnesota. I'm in Minneapolis, western suburbs. There's a big lake called Lake Minnetonka. Average sales price is, $1 million. So when you talk about commissions, our average commission is probably $10,000 as well. For a Midwestern state, I'm thinking that's pretty good. But when I bought the brokerage in 2019, it was August, September when I closed. All I got was a name. All I got was a really good reputation because the previous owner, he only had 4 or 5 agents. I just wanted to take it to the next level. They did have offers from other bigger brokerages and big box brokerages. And I'm like, I just want to take what you did and just grow it. So we had the same values and we got the deal done. But it was just me and Chelsea, the third one there. She was my office manager. I didn't have a team. And then Lindsay and Laura just said, hey, well, if you're going, I'm going. And I'm like, okay, cool. I did not have a team. I didn't know what I was doing. I think I felt exactly what Alan said when he started. So all I got was a logo. I had to fight to figure out how to get into the website. It was so out, you know, because they'd shut it down in 2017. The previous owner got a very aggressive form of cancer, so that's what made this available. So I'm like, well, I'm prior military. I can do anything. I had no idea what I was doing. I really thought, you know, I just thought I could outperform and outsell everybody, right? Well, in comes this email from Tristan. This is why I think he thought it would cringe, because this is back when you were Best Brokerage.
Yes.
And it was August 17th. Hey, Cheryl, I noticed you're a brokerage owner. We have put a system into our own brokerage, Best Homes Real Estate, that has allowed us to hire 270 plus agents in the past 3 years. And at that time I thought, you know, I'd be happy with just with 5 agents, you know? I mean, I just wanted everybody to love real estate like I did, and I thought I would just naturally, universally attract them, and I didn't have to do any recruiting. I did, I really did think that. So anyway, so when I got this, we just had these conversations, which I don't know, Tristan, if these were automated or if this was just instantly scheduled emails. I don't know, but I did respond. I did have a meeting with Alan, and I said, I'm worried I'm going to be the bottleneck. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I heard that from you guys yesterday. I was scared to death that I was going to fail, sign up for something, spend 12 grand and let it fail because I didn't have the time to do it. So of course, COVID hit, same thing. The office got shut down. We had 3 or 4 weeks. Well, then it took off, right? Our markets took off. Our MLS typically has 12,000 listings in it for a normal market. During COVID, we had 4,500. So that's what caused everybody to, 50, people at a time. And so us 4 people did 33 million. I didn't have a life. I had nothing. I was 18 million of the 33 million. And I'm just trying to hang on. I was just trying to get through my day and not screw up a deal. So I just thought, okay, there's got to be a better way. And so 2023 is when things started slowing down. When this came in, I'm like, gosh, I really need to plan for a better life. And I could only attend, and at that time we only had like 1 weekly call, right? I think at that time
we had a Thursday call.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock.
And it was fine. It kept me kind of plugged in. I kept an ear to the ground. I kind of just let the Indeed process, just trying to get the ads the way I liked them and to get them, people to respond. So I was kind of letting that percolate while I was just trying to hang on over here. So that was literally from August until April. I'm sorry, every time I change I'm so sorry. I don't know how to turn off that music. So anyway, so I came for the first BrokerCon. And that was the true epiphany for me. That was the game changer for me, because I came here, same exactly. I heard how other people were doing great, and I'm just like, why? And then your story, look at where you are after the same period I've been in, exact same time frame.
Yeah.
So I'm a little, jealous. I'm a little, not happy with myself. But at the same time, the journey that I've gone through, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So Tristan put up this slide, and if you can't see it, it says, your brokerage, you got to do some email marketing, you got to do private Facebook group, Facebook, Instagram, retargeting, lead gen ads, all this stuff. And I'm like, well, if you can do that for the brokerage and for recruiting, I could do that for lead gen for my agents, and I can do that, they can do that for themselves. So I just took this and I went back. Oh, well, and there was other things that happened at BrokerCon, which was, Melissa showed all of this great collateral that they had as a brokerage. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have cool pictures, but now I do. I didn't have any of this stuff. And I'm like, well, I got to fix that. And then they talked about doing a joint venture. I didn't have a mortgage company. And then the whole onboarding thing. Oh my gosh, I've lost so many agents because as I started hiring, they would leave because I didn't have a system to train them. It was all on me. The Gotta Minutes were lined up outside my door. In fact, we're going to do a video where all the agents are standing out my door and they're going to go, got a minute, got a minute, got a minute. So I didn't have any of this stuff. And I remember just sitting there going, oh my God, I have got to pull it together. So I go back and I took Tristan's slide and I made this, which is literally Tristan's slide, but handwritten, right? This is my whiteboard. And then, so this is it right here. So then I'm looking at that and I'm like, but wait a second. I can do this as a brokerage for my agents. and our website, because of the affluent area that we're in, gets a lot of organic hits. We get $2-3 million leads off of our website. So I can boost that up through these methods, but do it from a lead gen from a brokerage, and then the agents can do the same thing. It's literally the same thing. I just put it in 2 other areas. And then I thought, but wait a second, I need onboarding. These are the things I need to do for onboarding. And Tristan was teaching us how to record everything, and so you don't have to do it 3 times. So now when I do like a form review, I just pull up Zoom, I run through, share the screen with myself, and I just run through how to do a dual agency, how to do a buyer contract, how to do, and I'm carving out little pieces of time. They only take like 5 minutes. So now we're building up this library. We now have a training manual, which is now automated through AA, that it's literally going to them every single day. This is what you do today. And you can't get the next email until you finish what you do today. That was some if-then statements that we did through AA. So, I mean, all this stuff. And then I know it looks crazy, right? This was in my head after BrokerCon. So then I wanted my own joint venture with mortgage. I had a property management division, but I think looking at all that and looking at all this, I wanted to spend my time here. So we got rid of this. I gave it to another company, let them deal with it. But, I'd like to do a joint venture on a title company, but I happen to really like the title company, so I'm not doing that yet. These are the operations. I want to get the agents to get, some agent wealth with investing, because I know that's a thing that they'd like to do. I'd love to do commercial. I'd love to talk to somebody about how to do commercial. Anyway, so all of this, agent wealth means they have to increase their skills, increase contracts, increase their pipeline, and increase their closings. And guess what that is? It's the Fast Leads IO. I mean, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't be in a better place. I'm just so excited. So my dream is literally coming true because of last April's BrokerCon. So this is still on my board because I don't know. I love looking at this going, yes, yes, yep, not yet, but yes, right? So this was the clarity. When we talked about our clarity, this was it for me. I was like, I now know what to do. Where before, every day was just, what do I do today? Oh my gosh, I have 50 people to call back. Yesterday, I was able to enjoy myself because I didn't have 50 people calling me. But I had over $3 million closed yesterday. I made $50,000 yesterday. So, you know what I mean? I mean, this is, when we talked about those 6 C's yesterday, I'm just like, oh my God, this was me. But it's not me anymore. I've progressed to this point. I'm in 1 year. I know I'm coming up on 2 years, but the first 6 months, I mean, I had no idea. I didn't even know what Tristan was saying. I was like, dude, you are way, way out front. So some of the accomplishments, I covered some of them. Oh, so yeah, take a look. These lifestyle photos, I have a photographer come in once a quarter, because as we add new agents, I don't have, and as agents leave, I've got to get current pictures. So we sit around and we do these, and I make them wear our colors, so we all kind of blend, and it looks really good and branded. So yeah, isn't that cute? I just love my team. Okay, so biggest accomplishment obviously is the clarity and the direction, because if you don't have that, you're literally just going to keep repeating the same day over and over. So that was a huge epiphany for me. Also, when I put all that up on the board, I was like, my CRM is not going to grow. They were charging me $13,000 a year, and they wanted another $3,000 to add 3,000 more, because I was hitting the 10,000 mark in our database. And I'm like, this not sustainable for me. So that's when we started looking. That was a really hard thing to do, because they were so integrated with our website that that was organically. And I was spending $3,000 a year on my $3,000 a month on my website. Not okay either. So in order to afford this program, I had to go back and look at where I could save money. So then as soon as we got Bold Trail, which was KV Core when we first started, now it's rebranded, that I could cut out over $1,500 to $3,000 a month on all this other stuff I was spending. And then, of course, now we have AA, agent acquisition. So now I have 2 databases, and I'd love to get it into one somehow at some point. But saved money by changing the CRMs, getting the agents to use it, and then I did create a referral company. I know we didn't talk about that at the BrokerCon, but I had agents that were approaching me saying, hey, can you just park my license? Well, that's a whole ordeal in the state of Minnesota. You have to have a separate company, all that fun stuff. So created that. I did a joint venture with Barrett Financial, so that's starting to work. And actually, one of my agents just got her loan officer accreditation license. And so she now works for Barrett. and now we have, her in our office. And then the CE Shop affiliation, if you guys aren't doing that, in one of the very first initial emails, you should have your own CE Shop, because literally when they start getting their license, it'll pop up in your AA that they're in school. So cool. The value proposition I'm still working on, because when they're talking all this stuff, I didn't have leads. I didn't have anything but culture, training, and support. That's all I could offer. And we didn't have really AI back then either, right? Nope. So I had to just come up with a video like, hey, find your people. That's on my page. Find your people. Like, that's so bad, but it's improving. And then, recruiting events. I'll show you some pictures. I did do recruiting events. That was one of the 3 pillars, was recruiting events. It was the Indeed ads. And then you were talking about having somebody do calling for you, right? So, so I'm like, yeah, I love doing events. And we did, here, I'll just pop over and pop back. So the first one we did was some misconceptions with our contracts. I mean, our contracts are so poorly written, and agents get it wrong. So we had John, our state association gum talk. That was very successful. We had like 30 people there. Didn't hire anybody there because I didn't really understand the whole retargeting, right? So, but it was good because I got the word out and people could see us, and it gave me a reason to follow up with them, but it was very manual. Then we did another one for insurance about protecting your assets. And State Farm is right next door to us. We have a great relationship with them. And then they talked about E&O, is your car insurance, enough? Is your E&O enough, and that kind of thing. So those were very successful, but very hard to duplicate. It was very labor intensive. It took a lot of everything. And so we kind of took a break from this. And then Tristan and I just did one with with Facebook ads, masterclass, right? That was amazing. So, and now I'm doing the retargeting, and now I'm, have a reason to call and follow up. So you just start somewhere, I guess, and everyone gets a little bit better. So onboarding automation, I am so excited because I'm just now catching up and understanding with what he's saying. I really felt like I could track with everything he says on the calls now. And then I'm like, wait a second, go back. Okay, all right, I got it. And I literally, with this automation, I know we don't have to do it, but it's really good to understand how to do it. Well, my niece is having a 120-person baby shower. It's the size of a wedding. I'm really excited that, 1, I can afford it. 2, I have the time to do it. And 3, now I have this really great automation that I wrote, 7 emails and 7 text messages to remind everybody, when it is, because I hate it when they RSVP and they don't show up, or they don't RSVP and do show up, right? So we got these series of emails to remind them, like, hey, don't forget, there's a diaper raffle, bring a box of, Pampers, and hey, don't forget to bring a photo and a story, or whatever, So I did that all by myself. I'm just so excited. And then social media schedule. Oh, I wish I made a picture of this, but I didn't. So now, when you think about your brokerage, when you think about the recruiting social media schedule, your brokerage should have one and your agent should have one. So we did a thing on Canva where it just shows the 4 quarters and each of the months, and they have to literally. We sit down in the October timeframe when it starts slowing down for us. Okay, what's your theme? Every single month, I need 12 themes. Then when they come up with the themes, then we break that down into weekly posts, videos, texts, and emails. So then they have to go into their bold trail and they have to do their things, but we also have a social media person that's helping us. But I have the same thing. I have one for recruiting. So they literally sit me down once a week and I have to do like 5 videos that I have to post, and then I have to do 5 emails, 5 texts, and 5, maybe that's just those 4. So, but we run it all through AI now. It takes less than 5 minutes, and we've just kind of put it in our little schedule. So you should have 3 schedules. Picture your little, But yeah, and so they literally sit me down. So I do come to work dressed, to be on camera, because I never know when they're going to say, "Hey, Cheryl, here's an idea. We want to do this," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go." But I don't have to do it anymore. Do you know how exhausting it was to come up with all of these different ideas and to times it by 3? I don't do it anymore. So team lifestyle photos and brand collateral. Commission plans was one of the first things Alan helped me with, because I'm like, I only had a 90-10 plan with $500 a month for operational costs. Not everybody has a desk, so I don't call it a desk fee. I just call it an operational fee. And that helps me pay for the copier and the paper and stamps and whatever. And they get 300 newsletters a month out of that because we do bulk mail. Well, we started talking and I'm like, I've got agents coming in asking for different ones. They don't want to do the desk fee. So he was gracious enough to share with me and you have different names for it, but I have the baby agent. I call them baby agents. They come in brand new license. We can only handle like one a year because they just suck all the life out of you. So and I don't have an onboarder, right? Or at least I didn't. Now I do. But so anyway, so a new agent comes on board. They're 50-50 for the first 4 transactions. The next one's part-time agent. And so if they're part-time, they're 70-30. And if they're a producing agent, but they don't want to pay the fees, we do 80-20. And then the 90-10 is still really popular with my producing agents because all you have to do is 12 deals a year. And you only spend $6,000. It's like a cap amount. $6,000. I was paying $35,000 to $50,000 a year to be at Coldwell Banker. $6,000 to me sounded like a steal. So that was one of my Grand Slam, offers to the producing agents was like, hey, you're spending $25,000 a year there just for the name. Nobody cares. So I got the confidence in saying that and repeating that and selling that. I'm like, okay, fine, go on 80-20. When you get to that 12 deals, we'll move you over to the 90-10. And then just this last year, you mentioned the 93.7, that once they hit, I think it's like 16,000 a year?
12,000.
12,000 a year, yeah, so I have that. But nobody's reached it yet, so. Okay, and then the independent contractor agreement, I got that from MDB. I didn't have one. And then getting right people in the right positions. This was my second big epiphany, was that I did not have the right butts in the seats. And that was my October epiphany at the October BrokerCon. And then I was 50% of the volume, now I'm 25%. I mean, so yeah, going from 18 million to like 5 or 6 million, it's like a no-brainer. And what I've been doing is just even do better with that. Let's just say this 50,000 that I just closed on yesterday, it was like 3 million or 2 million. It was 3 deals. So I always bring on an agent with me. They're my backup. If it's a listing, they do all the open houses. They drop off the brochures. They do the short notice showings, whatever happens on the listings. Then if it's on the buy side, they show them all the houses, they write up the offer, and I just take like 30% because I don't want to take out a buyer anymore. I just can't do it. Their lack of decision making, I just want to shoot them. So I can tell that's not going to be my thing anymore. Used to love it, but now I don't. Okay, so that was a big, again, improvement for me because now I look forward to getting into my AA. Now, I mean, I used to like, okay, yeah, that 2 hours a day, I just wanted to shoot you because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Now, like I said yesterday, I'm literally doing at least an hour a day in the morning, and then right before I go home, I do another quick check to see if anybody popped in there, or if there's somebody that I could call, and if there's no new, then I got to go find them. Yeah. So then I go to my friends list, or the people that I've known and loved for 22 years, and I call them. So that's a big mind shift for me, not just a mind set, but mind shift. So. Okay, so these are my 2 events that we did. Okay, my crowning moment from the October BrokerCon was my office manager left. I had to find a new office manager. My top producer left. I had to find 5 people to replace her volume. And then when I found 5 people, everything broke because I didn't have any onboarding. Now I do. And I just hired 5 new people, not one thing broke. So now I really want to do 5 a month and see what breaks, because then that'll be my next focus. But I do have Bree. She sits with she's social media, and Lydia is our intern that we got from the high school. She's now in college. We've had her for 3 years now. Our high school has a business school, and we get the young people. They have the brightest social media minds that you could ever ask for, and they're $20 an hour. So, so she does the implementation, but Bree will sit with the agents and say, what do you want to do for branding? What do you want to do for social media? And then she actually sets up the social media schedule with the themes every month. And then Lydia goes out and figures it out through AI. And then she sits all day and makes posts and videos, and she's so happy. So Molly is my onboarding trainer. She's my deal doctor. She now takes those calls that I don't have to take. And then Jody's kind of my new transaction coordinator. She was a paralegal, she has her license, so she was licensed, but she really loves the nitty-gritty detail, and I'm like, yeah, you can have it. Josh is also my compliance manager now and doesn't just do office managing, but he now takes all the folders and holds everybody accountable for the paperwork. And then Angela is now helping me with the AI automation, because as much as I love knowing how to do it, I don't want to do it. But the retargeting and stuff, like that it's great, but it's, Angela, will you just please make me an automation to retarget the Facebook master, class? And she's like, yep. And it's done in like 5 minutes. She's brilliant. I'm like, oh, I'm loving life. Okay, so this is my new team. We're 20 now, or 21 with Bree. Bree's not licensed, she's our social media, but everybody else is licensed. And what else do I got? Oh, another thing was when Melissa was showing all that great collateral, and when Tristan says, pay attention to what you're doing to get that out there. I was never doing that. Now I do, and this is kind of like a summary of our last year of everything we do. And so when I talk culture, I have this. We're very active, and because of all of this, we were voted as the Business of the Year and Volunteer of the Year for our Excelsior Lake Minnetonka area. So I'm very proud that we could actually say this and produce this. Okay, last slide. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So these are all the things that we support in our little town. Oh, we have client events. I'm doing Thursday night as our boat cruise, and then we do puppies and pumpkins, and we bring adopt-a-pets. Everybody comes. It's a really cool thing. So yesterday when Alan was asking, what are you grateful for? Yes, I am so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful, but for the basic things that we're always grateful for, but I am so grateful for MDB. And if you haven't signed up, I don't even know what to tell you, because if you're in my spot now, you're going to be in my spot next year at this time. And I really want to be here to see that, because I know that I was fine. I was fine. Fine's an F word. It's fine. That's not okay, right? I want to be fabulous. I want to be amazing.
I want to be the best.
I want to be the best.
Yes.
And we're high touch, high service boutique. I don't know that I'm ever going to be 600 or 700 people, but I love the boutiqueness of it. I love being seen everywhere. I love hearing about my brokerage when I go to Target and Cub. I love how they think we're everywhere. I love how they think we're hiring people right and left. I hear all of this stuff from our marketing. So I love MDB for that, because I am the 6 C's, but you need to add hope to that, because I didn't realize I'd lost hope because I was just lost. Now I have more than hope. I have confidence, and I'm just so excited that I get to work by like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to get my 2 hours in now. And before everybody hits the office at like 9 or 10, because that's when agents come in, if they come in at all. So yeah, so I get 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then I get 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon, and then everything in between is the gotta minutes and what can we do for you, and which I actually do enjoy. Help with building the strong business foundation. So when you were just talking about that this morning, it's like I did not have any foundational anything. So if I were to bring agents on, it was just going to crash. And then I spent all that time training them and getting them onboarded, and then they didn't stay. It was painful. Oh my God, it was awful. So I had to take a break from the recruiting, and I did put in the structure, the systems and processes, and I used everybody in this community. I used Tristan, I used Melissa, I used Jen, I used everybody. And I'm like, hey, what have you got for this? Hey, what have you got for that? And I just started copying. I didn't come up with anything on my own. I just took theirs and made it my own. So, oh my gosh, there's so many times when we're on these calls and Alan will say something